Hello everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning
Morning,
everyone.
sir.
Morning, sir.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, Comment bodili.
Shall we start our class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So in our last class, we were trying to understand root 53 concepts, right? In today's class, now today we are going to start database module. Database. Okay. Database module. See guys, okay, before I start this database module, is there any database administrator in this class? DBAs? Do we have any database administrator in our class?
Sai, I work on SQL. That's
So you worked on. Are you working still?
yeah, working support analyst.
Okay. Anyone else? No? Okay. Fine. See guys, in this database module, we are going to learn total 4 services. One is RDS. Second one is DynamoDB. Third one is Redshift. Fourth one is Elasticache. Okay, RDS, DynamoDB, Redshift, Elasticache. We have a proper lab session. Is there in these two? RDS, DynamoDB. But we don't have any lab here. That also will tell you why we don't have. See guys, database is different stream. It's completely different module. It's completely different course itself. Right, by outside you have courses on the name of database administration, like SQL, NoSQL, Hadoop, these data warehouse. These are courses. You need to spend 2 to 3 months to learn these courses. These are outside courses are there. For database administrator, recruitment happens separately. Database administrator we call database administrator, just like we call system administrator, network administrator, DevOps engineer, AWS administrator. Same like we have database administrator is there. So they deal with only database. For that, recruitment happens separately. Okay, for that recruitment happens separately. So that is all. Here, first of all, they are not going to ask any questions from database to you. I mean, they won't ask any questions. Okay, because they'll ask questions from database administrators, not from you. Okay, you might be thinking, Sai, if they are not asking questions, then why are we going to learn? This is for certification purpose. Certification and knowledge purpose. You should know how we connect database to web server. Okay, how we pull data and all, how we run queries. Okay, how we create tables and all, you must know. So this is just for knowledge purpose and certification purpose, not for interview purpose. And they won't even ask any questions from you because they know that these questions will be asked from database administrators. Database administrators in your company, they work on AWS, but they don't learn these EC2, VPC, S3, Route 53. No, they learn only database administration concepts. They learn only database administration concepts. Okay, in AWS, machine learning is there. In your company, machine learning team is there. They use AWS, but they work on only machine learning only. Blockchain is there because right, in AWS you'll find a number of services. Let me show you a number of services. So in company there will be many other teams who will use this AWS. Okay, you are going to create IAM user and you are going to give access to them. So they will work on only those things, their respective service. Let me show you. Here you can see we have machine learning is there. You can see a big module is there. So teams will be there in your company. They work on only machine learning. Blockchain is there. They'll, teams will be there. Robotics. So everyone use AWS only, but they work in their respective service. Game development is there. Okay, game developers. The IoT is the Internet of Things. See, so they work on only those things. That is so actually virtual reality, augmented reality. You can see. So in the same manner, in companies, database administrators will be there. They will work on only database administration. Okay, so whatever we are going to learn, that is only for certification purpose and knowledge purpose. Okay, that's all. So I'll tell you how to mention in your resume also, because you can't mention as I am a database administrator. No, because for that separate courses are there. So if you want to learn RDS, SQL Server outside, 2 months. DynamoDB, this we call NoSQL, that 2 months. Redshift is like, data warehouse, deals with big data and all. So to learn, it takes 3 months. In that too, you should have Java and you should have Linux. You should have any SQL, any database. Then you spend 3 months, then you learn Hadoop. So like, outside separate courses are there. Okay. So fine, we'll start with one, but remember this one. Okay, our aim is to learn, to crack certification and just for knowledge purpose, just to give you knowledge that how it works. That is so. No, say I want to be a database administrator. I want to learn all these things in depth. Then outside separate courses are there. There you have to join. Okay, each course 2 months around. Okay, if your aim is to become a database administrator. Got it? Yeah. Now let's start with RDS today. Okay, we'll start it today. Entirely we'll discuss theory, and tomorrow we are going to see practical lab session. Let me open my PPT. Okay, RDS, Relational Database Service. RDS means Relational Database Service. Also, we can call SQL. Okay, Structured Query Language. Structured Query Language. Relational Database Service, also we can call SQL. I'll tell you what actually happens. See guys, what actually we do, these load balancer and these route 53. We give route 53 DNS to public. These are my web servers created by auto scaling, and back end we'll have one common database server. One common database server. So all web servers will be connected to that database. Suppose you are booking one train ticket. You type www.irctc.co.in. Correct? You type www.irctc.co.in. So that means the domain name is from route 53. The request will come here. See here, the request will come here from load balancer. The load balancer may send you request to any web server. Then you book the ticket. So whatever web content that you can see, that is there in web servers, the browsers and all. I mean the web content, that IRCTC web content. But when you book a ticket, actually your details will be stored in database server. Your details like your name, your address, your PAN number, your preferred birth, your ID, everything will be stored in database. So your ticket, everything will be stored in database. So web server to see only web content. Okay. Database of simple example, I have given YouTube in VPC. Just think in that way, same. Okay. So backend database of the ticket is there. After 2 days, you want to take the printout. Then your request will come here. Load balancer may send it to any one web server. So web content is same in all web servers. Then finally, it will redirect to same database server where your ticket is there. So you can take the ticket. So that is how it works. So backend we connect one common database server with all, to all web servers. That is how actually it works. Okay, that is how. Yeah. Now, earlier we used to use Excel sheets. If you have less amount of data, Excel sheets, Microsoft Excel earlier, long back. But if you have huge amount of data, managing data is a bit difficult. Correct? Managing. See guys, managing data means it's not about just storing. It also you need to retrieve. YouTube database servers are there. Huge amount of data is there, lakhs, millions and billions of videos. But when you search any name, you'll get that video immediately out of millions and billions of videos. So that is what retrieving. That means you can understand how how the way in which they arranged that data, the proper way, structurized. Okay, so that is so. It's not about just storing the data. It's all about retrieving the data whenever you want. Okay, so for this management activity, we need database server where data will be stored and that will be managed easily so that we can retrieve it back easily. Okay, don't think that just storing the data. Okay, it also we should be able to retrieve the data. That is also important. Yeah. So yes, we have different databases are there for different types of data. So now we are going to talk about relational database service. This also we can call it, as I said, SQL. Means data will be arranged data will be stored in the form of Excel sheet. It's a database server only, but inside data will be stored in the form of like this, rows and columns, just like Excel. Example is Excel. Okay, so why are we calling relational database service? There's a proper relation among all stored items. Suppose if you go to DMart, okay, hundreds of products are there. For each product, they save that how many quantity is there, what is the price of each product, expiry date, when they received the product, what is the price, right? How many sold out, how many left out. So that data they store here. Okay, relation is there among all stored items. That's a relational database service. And structured query language, there is a proper structure among all items. So it would be easy to run queries. Queries mean retrieving the data. Query means retrieving the data. That is what query. Query means that's what, retrieving the data. So there is a proper structure among stored items. That's why we call structured query language. And relational, there's a relation among stored items. Okay, relational databases are what most of us are using. Mostly we use these kind of databases. Okay, so tomorrow in day after tomorrow, okay, I'm going to explain one more database, that is NoSQL. There I will explain what is NoSQL. Okay, so the database structure to recognize relation between stored items. There's a proper relation. Suppose if I want to get this value, I refer this row, this column. Correct, I'll get this one. If I want to get this value, I refer this row, this column. Correct. So there's a proper arrangement is there, so that it would be easy for us to retrieve the data. If I keep all in random fashion, if I want to get this one, how can I refer? But here, yes, if I want to get, I can refer this one. Then I'm referring to this. That is okay. Yeah, there are different types of these databases are there. RDS type, relational database. See, in Linux, there are different types of Linux, Red Hat Linux, CentOS Linux, Ubuntu. In the same manner, here also, when it comes to RDS, there are different types of RDS. Different types. Okay, those are SQL, Oracle, MySQL, Postgres, Aurora, MariaDB. SQL Server that belongs to Microsoft company. Just like Windows. Windows belongs to Microsoft company, right? Oracle, this belongs to Oracle company. This is one more database. MySQL, it is open source, free one. Open source. This SQL also we can call MS SQL. MS, Microsoft company. This MySQL is open source, free. Just like CentOS, it's open source. Postgres, it's also open source. Aurora, this belongs to Amazon. Just like Amazon Linux. Okay. MariaDB, this is one more database. So these are different types of databases out there. Okay. So you can choose any one, that is up to you. Okay. You can choose any one, that is up to you. Okay. So all these are RDS, relational databases types. Now let's see. So what you should know, being an AWS guy, what you should know related to databases. Okay, what you should know. Okay, this is for certification and knowledge purpose. Okay, let me explain. Here, backups are very, very important, guys, when it comes to database. Backups are, for example, See, first of all, you have backup at route 53, failover routing policy. Even if you connect one routing policy, one VPC, even if you fails, another VPC is it. Correct? Another VPC is it. So we have backup at here. Load balancer, you will never lose your load balancer. AWS is giving assurance. Correct? No problem here. Web servers, we have auto scaling is it. Even if you lose all servers, auto scaling will launch new servers. No problem here also. But what if you lose your database? If you lose your database, there is no meaning for this entire setup. Correct? So we need to have backup at database level also. In fact, we need more backups compared to this setup. Correct? At the end of the day, it's all about data. If you don't have data, then what is the use of all other things? Correct or not? Fine, let's see how we are going to provide backups to database. Okay. See guys, these are web servers. This is my main database server. Main database. Okay. Now, there are two types of backups out there. There are two types. One is manual and the one is automated. One is manual and the one is automated. Manual, automated. So these will be in the form of snapshot. Snapshot. You know, right? Snapshot. It's just a backup copy. For EC2 instance, so we took snapshot. That drives and all, right? That's what backup. Snapshot means just a backup. So manual means we take the snapshot manually. Either you can call snap or backup. So we do it manually. Automated means AWS will do it every day automatically. AWS will take backup automatically every day. Manual means we need to do it manually. Okay, we need to take the backup. You can think in EC2, snapshots are there. Okay, we took snapshots manually. That's what manual. Assume that if at all any provision is in that AWS takes automatically, that is kind of this one. Okay, so first we are going to talk about automatic backups. See, AWS takes backup every day automatically, every day. For example, web servers, through web servers, customer, they kept the data. 10% is there. Okay, 10 GB of data is there. So many customers, they book train tickets. So total train tickets number is 10. The data is 10 GB. What is today's day? Today is 17th, right? Let me take from 14th. Yeah. So on 14th, assume that the data was 10 GB. So 14th, AWS took backup. So 10 GB. This backup is what? Snapshot. Okay, snapshot. Then 15th, on 15th, they have added 10 more GB. Okay, 5 GB on next day, 15th. 5 GB. So on 15th, again, AWS take backup automatically. At what time that we can set the time? That's time interval we can set, but every day it takes automatically. So when it takes backup, it will take complete backup. That is 15 GB. After that, I assume that I kept some, again, some 20 GB. 20. On 16th, it took 20 plus that one, 35. That means every day it is taking complete backup. Every day it is taking complete backup. Every day. These are snapshots, right? Every day it takes complete backup. Complete. Okay, not incremental, complete. That's why you can see 35 GB. Like that, it will always store last 35 backups. 35. Assume that, see, 1, 2, 3, 4, somewhere, that's 33, 34, 35. These are 35th backup, right? Okay, today also assume that it is staying backup today. That will become 36. Then it will delete the first one. Then tomorrow, 37th, it will delete the second one. That means always the total number will be 35 only. Always. That means if you want, you can retrieve data of last 35 days whenever you want. That is all. So these 35 days we call retention period. Retention period. Retention period. These are maximum retention period. Default is Default is 7 days. Okay, that means if you want to increase to 35, if you don't select anything, that option, default 7 days it takes backup. Minimum is 1 day, only 1 day backup. And if you keep 0, means there won't be any backups. So maximum automated backups you can find of last 35 days maximum. Okay, that is okay. This is what we call retention period. I hope you understand. Now, why are we taking backups every day? Because of any reason. Suppose I lost my database because of any reason. Could be their mistake, could be your mistake. Okay, there won't be any issue from their side, but something you did. Okay, so data got corrupted because of your mistake. Then no problem. See, 16th day, this one, right? You take this backup. From this, you restore. You restore this backup, you'll get one new database. That is what we call restoration. Restoration means converting Snap into database. So you'll get entire data, right? Yeah, this you can attach to your web servers happily, no problem at all. So that is the purpose of backups. If you lose your main database, from that snapshot, you restore into new database and you can attach to web servers. That is one purpose. Second purpose is, suppose this is my database, you requested me, so I would like to have the same data whatever you have. So what I do, this is a snapshot, right? I'm going to copy to your region. So this will go to your region, this snapshot of 35 GB. Then from this you restore into new database, right? You restore. That's all. So you can use this one to your web servers. See here, when you take snapshot, then suppose it took snapshot on 15th. After when you put data, that won't be copied here. No, the moment it takes backup, then there won't be any data transfer. That's why every day it is taking backup. Just remember that. Okay, this side works. Now here, assume that, see, yesterday it took backup 35 GB is yesterday, right? Assume that every day it is taking backup at 9:40. Okay, okay, let's take 10 a.m. Every day it is taking backup at 10 a.m. every day. Every day. Okay, today it is still 9:30 only, correct? It is 9:30 only, right? So at 10 a.m. again it is going to take backup 10 a.m. Assume that till now, we kept some, we have added 30 more GB today. But when it is going to take backup at 10 a.m., correct? At 10 a.m., but it is only 9:30 a.m. only. Okay, 9:30 a.m. So what if I lose my database now? If it is 10 a.m., it would have taken backup. That will have 30 plus 30, 65 GB. I would have got this one. But it is only 9:30 a.m. Okay, we are somewhere here. What if I lose my data? Then I lose this 30 GB. Correct or not? If it is 10 a.m., I would have get this one because backup will be ready. But it's only 9:30 a.m. But at 9:30 a.m., I lost my database. That means I lost this 30 GB. Correct? Then how can we retrieve this data? Up to this one I can get. Anyways, we have backups are there. But what about this one? It's a huge amount of data. Correct or not? So to address these kind of issues, that means to address these issues means to retrieve data within 1 day also, they have given one concept called incremental backups. Incremental backups. Okay, these are normal general usage word that we to understand, but the official word they have given transactional logs. The official word that they have given transactional logs. So what is these backups and transactional logs? Simple guys. After taking complete backup, okay, complete backup, for every 1 to 2 minutes, you will take incremental backups. Every 1 to 2 minutes max. Okay, this complete backup, 10 GB. After complete backup is ready, after that, you'll take incremental backups for every 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, so when it takes again the whole backup, it will delete all incremental backups because we don't need them anymore, right? Again, after main backup is ready, it will take incremental backups. Once the main backup is ready, then it will delete. Same like today also, it might have taken incremental backups. Incremental means whatever extra data is at that backup. So till 9:30, I have incremental backup is there. Okay, before we get whole backup, we lost our database. No problem at all. You take most recent backup, 35 GB, right? On top of that, you apply these transaction logs. So you'll get entire data. Maximum you may lose for 1 to 2 minutes only, maximum. That you can, that's not a big issue, right? So you'll get this main backup, recent daily backup, and apply transaction logs on top of that. So that you'll get complete backup. That's the purpose of transaction logs. Assume that if it is taking the whole backup at 10 a.m., then it will delete transaction logs. That's the purpose. Okay, that is how it works. Got it? Yeah. So here, suppose intentionally, if you are deleting this database intentionally, if you are deleting this database intentionally, then all these databases will be deleted. All automated backups. Intentionally, if you are deleting, that is how they design. Okay, that is how actually it works. Now, if you from snapshot, if you create any database, this will have different DNS name. This will have different DNS name. There won't be any relation between these two, 1 and 2. These are two different databases, because when you take snapshot, it's kind of almost connection cut. There won't be any connection. Except intentionally, if you delete, these will be deleted. Except that there won't be any relation between database and these snapshots once we get the snapshot. That's why when you take backup here database, okay, then these are two different databases having different DNS names. In database terminology, also we use DNS names, also we can call endpoints. Endpoints. These endpoints we used in S3 transfer extension also, but those are not these endpoints. This is endpoint means here endpoint. Sorry. Data. What is this? What is the word? Endpoint. Just let me get that one. Edge location. Endpoint only. Just one. Yeah, edge location. Anyways, we call over there. Yeah, guys. Endpoint only. Endpoint only. Correct. No. Endpoint only. See, that time I said right. Either you can call edge location or endpoint. Yeah. Here endpoint means the DNS name. The endpoint that you use to connect that to the database server. Okay. Endpoint only we call. This is also we can call DNS name. Got it? Yeah. Just remember that. So these are about automated backups. Let me show you. See, types of backups: automated. One is automated, and the one is manual. Manual backups also we can call DB snapshots. Manual backups that I'm going to explain. Automated backups allow you to recover your database to any point within the retention period. That's what, So that retention period can be 1 to 35 days. From 35 days, within 35 days, you can get your data back. Okay, they have given 35 days limitation only. Now you might be thinking, Sai, what if I want to get the data before 35 days? There comes other concept that I'm going to explain. Automated backups will take full daily snapshot. It will take full backup, that every day snapshot means backup. And we'll also store transactional logs. Okay, every 1 to 2 minutes throughout the day. So when you do a recovery, if you want to do a recovery, AWS will first choose the most recent daily backup. And then on top of that, you apply all transaction logs relevant to that day, so that you'll get entire backup that already you know. Automated backups are enabled by default. Yes, that's why they're automated. AWS will take automatically. Okay. But what about manual? Means user initiated. You need to do it manually. See, this is one snapshot, but manual. You need to do it. So when you initiate, see in EC2 section, we took snapshot. That's what user initiated. Here also same thing. So when you take this snapshot, that is what manual snapshot. Also you can call DB snapshot. This will be with you forever, even if you delete this one. Even if you delete main database, this will be with you forever. So since it will be with you forever, there is no need of transactional logs and no retention and nothing. This will be with you forever. So you can restore this one into new database at any point of time. Okay, any point of time. That's what manual. So whenever you feel that yes, till now this data is critical and I want, that time you take one manual backup. That will be with you forever, forever. You can see. DB snapshots are done manually, means user initiated. They are stored even after you delete the original RDS instance, unlike automated backup. Even if you delete main RDS, still your automated, your manual backup will persist, unlike automated backup won't be there, but DB snapshots will be there. That's what manual. So I said, right, either you restore, restoring backups. When you restore either automated or manual snapshot, the restored version will be a new database, that you know, right? Either you restore manual or automated, that will be a new database. And with a new DNS endpoint, that will have different DNS name. Okay, that is how it is going to work. Fine. But the flaw in this concept is, that's what we can call flaw. But the problem in this concept is here, suppose if I lose my database, here, suppose if I lose my database, then I take backup this one and transaction logs, correct? I'll restore this one. This is what we call restore. And I'll apply these things. Restoration means that's what, converting snapshot into database. And again, what if transaction logs are there, applying them. That is what we call restoring. So it takes good amount of time based upon the data which is available. Assume that it is taking some 3 hours. Suddenly I lost my database. Now I need to restore. Restoring is taking 3 hours. After that only I can connect web servers to these database. That means 3 hours there is a downtime. That means for 3 hours your website will be down. It will not accept customers' requests because backend database is down. So there is a downtime of 3 hours. Correct? In this. So that's how here there's a problem. The downtime will be there in this model. No, say I don't want any downtime. I don't want any downtime. Okay. If it is downtime is accepted, then you follow this one. If you don't want any downtime, then here comes multi-easy. Here comes multi-easy. Multi-availability zone. Multi-availability zone. What actually happens here? There won't be any downtime over there. I'm going to show you all these things practically in tomorrow's class. Okay, but today you should understand theoretically. Multi-easy, what actually happens? So these are my web servers. This is my main database server. Okay, main, primary. Okay. Assume that this is my region. This is region, Mumbai region. Mumbai region. Now what I do, all web servers I connect to. I mean, web servers also in that region only, guys. So these are my main database. If you enable multi-easy, multi-availability zone, if you enable multi-easy, then automatically one database will be created. This is not backup. This database itself. This is going to be standby, and these two will be connected. And these two will be in two availability zones. If it is availability zone A, that will be created in another availability zone. Could be BRC, not in same availability zone, but in the same region. I'm repeating, when you enable multi-easy, and the database will be created in another availability zone, but in the same region. Okay, not in same availability zone, not in another region. That should be in another availability zone in the same region. I'll tell you what actually happens. So in this case, when you put some data, inject, then automatically that will be replicated. Yeah. Means copying. Replication means copy. Replicated. Data will be replicated. Then and there. As and when you put, see, just like sync. You know, right? When you store any pic in your phone, that will be automatically sync to your Google Drive. That will be copied. Contacts and all, right? That is what replication. This we call synchronous replication. This we call synchronous replication. Means data will be copied immediately then and there. Synchronous means both will be in the same. At any point of time, if you verify, the data will be same in both. That is what we call synchronous. Synchronous means both are same in every manner. Yes, that's what synchronous replication. Okay, synchronous replication. That will be copied. Now, standby database is not working, guys. Not working. Main is working. In this case here, both will have same DNS names. Both will have same DNS name, or you can call endpoint. You might be thinking, so there's a conflict. No, there won't be any conflict because at a time only one is operating, only main is working. Standby is not working now. If at all, if I lose my database, web servers will be connected automatically to standby database. Automatically to standby database. How it happens automatically? Because same DNS name will be automatically connected automatically. Then customer same data is also already there. So customers will not even face the downtime. There won't be any downtime. Downtime means website is down. There won't be any downtime. Okay, that's all. Now, okay, customer, they are injecting the data, correct? They injected data here right now. Now, okay, being an AWS admin will come to know that, this admin, database admin, they'll come to know. So they troubleshoot and they'll bring this one up. When they bring this one up here, what actually happens? First, data will be copied back, whatever extra data they kept so far. That's what synchronous means, both should be same. So they'll be copied back, and after that only, these will be connected back to main database. Okay, that is how it works. So these will be data will be copied back, then this will be connected to main database. It happens automatically because both are having same DNS name. There is no conflict because at a time only one database is operating. When main come into picture, standby is going, standby, it's a standby. When standby is coming to working, main will not work. That's why there won't be any conflict. That is how it works. Okay, so there won't be any downtime. Don't say that, what if I lose both? Guys, you don't lose both. Okay, see, car is there, we keep only one Stephanie is there, one Stephanie. By assuming that, what if I lose one tire? What if you lose all tires? Why are you not keeping 4 Stephanies? First of all, you won't lose that. But just remember that. You take one backup, you don't take hundreds of backups. Correct? That's it. You keep one standby, right? Not hundreds of standbys. See, if it goes down, anyways, you can bring this one up immediately, you work on it. That is what multi-AZ. Now here question is, why in another availability zone? See, what if I lose entire availability zone? That's why we are keeping this one in another availability zone. So even if you lose your database, in fact, even if you lose your entire availability zone, still standby is ready. That's why we are keeping in another availability zone. You might be thinking, why not in another region? If you keep another database in another region, then we can't achieve this one, synchronous replication. Because another region means obviously it takes a lot of time to copy the data. Correct? So it takes a lot of time. So then we can't achieve synchronous replication. So for copying data also it will take time, right? That's why in a same region. Got it? That is how it works. That is what multi is. See. Multi-AZ allows you to see here, load balancer, web servers, main database. If it goes down, this will be connected to standby. See, in another availability zone. But in the same region, yes, East only. But availability is in A and B. Multi-AZ allows you to have an exact copy of your production database. So this is a production, it is an exact copy. Production database means main database, where in another availability zone, correct? AWS handles the replication for you. Yeah, data copying will be done by AWS. You need not worry. So when your production database is written too, that means writing means putting some data. That's what also we call write. When you put some data here, this write means that data will automatically be synchronized to standby. That will be synchronized to standby automatically. In the event of planned database maintenance, see, there are 3 scenarios where these will be connected to standby. What are those 3? First one is manual, intentional, remaining 2 are unexpected, accidental. First one is intentional, remaining 2 are accidental, unexpected. Suppose you want to carry out some maintenance activity here, you upgrade packages and or something. Then you bring this one down intentionally. Then these will be connected to standby. Plan and database maintenance. Okay. Accidental means database failure. What if I lose my database? Or what if I lose availability zone? In these two cases also, availability zone, multi-easy helps you. So in these cases, AWS RDS will automatically fail over to standby. This is what failover, right? Failover to standby, so that database operations can be resumed quickly without administrative intervention. This happens automatically without any manual intervention. So both database servers have same DNS endpoints. Remember that both will have a same DNS endpoints. Okay, that is how it is going to work. Even though they are having both the same, there won't be any conflict because at a time only one is operating. Okay, so that is how it is going to work. Understood? Yeah. But here there is a problem. There is a catch. There is a small problem. What is the problem here? There is a problem. You might have heard read intensive load. Read intensive load. Focus on my blue color. You might have heard read intensive load. For example, I am uploading video in Google Drive. You are watching, correct? So while uploading, there won't be any load, but hundreds of students, my students, they are watching. You uploaded one video in YouTube that became so viral, millions and billions of people they are watching. So while watching, that means while injecting data, we don't have any problem. I assume that is YouTube database server. While injecting, there won't be any problem because we put only once. But when they retrieve, because they are watching millions and billions of times. So while retrieving, while reading, also you can call write. Write means putting data. Read means getting data, read. So while reading, there could be an issue. Due to number of requests, there could be heavy load on my database server. That load we call read intensive load. Read intensive load, read. Read intensive load, not write intensive load, it's a read intensive load on my database server. Because of that load, I may lose my database server. If load is more, I may lose my database server due to number of reads. Okay. If I lose my database server, yes, standby is there. If read intensive load is more here, then when they connect to another standby, that load will remain same, right? That will be here also. Then I lose this one also, right? Because load is same, right? Correct or not? So I lose this one also. Then how can we address this issue? So multi-AZ will not help you from read intensive loads. It will not help you. So to address this issue, to address read intensive load, we have a concept called read replica. Read replica. What actually happens here? Simple guys. Here, simple. That is, these are my web servers. Okay. This is my main database. This is my main database. Read replicas also we can call databases only. They are also databases only. Maximum you can have 5 read replicas for one database. Maximum. So I'll take maximum. Total 5 read replicas are there. Correct? Maximum 5. You could have 1, 2, 3, 4, but maximum 5. One database with 5 read replicas. These are also databases only. Okay. Now, when you inject the data, the data will come here. Customers, if they want to put the data, they can put only in main database only. When they put the data, immediately that will be copied to all read replicas automatically. That will be copied. Okay. So this replication we call asynchronous. A is it at the beginning. Asynchronous. That means data may not be same always because it takes some time to copy the data. Why? Because these read replicas could be in same availability zone, different availability zone. different region also. These could be in same availability zone, different availability, different region. If it is in different region, obviously it takes time to copy the data. Correct? That's why we call this one asynchronous. So at any point of time, both need not to be same. It takes some time to have same data. That's what you call asynchronous. Okay, so when they inject the data, they have to inject in main database only. But when they read the data, when they read the data, they can read from any of these read replicas. That's why we call them as read replicas. Purpose is just to read the data, not to write the data, only to read. They support only read. So if you want to write, you have to write in main database, then that will be copied. So customer, they can't put directly here. No, that is not possible. Okay. So that's what read replica for read only purpose. In this case, all will have different DNS strings because all are working simultaneously. That means if you are watching YouTube video, it's not necessarily that backend you are getting the data from main database. No, it might be you might get data from read replicas. Maybe. Okay, that is so. So here we are distributing read intensive load, correct? When they read, they can read from others. So we are distributing read intensive load, correct? So there won't be any pressure on main database. And while writing, there is no pressure, correct? That is so. Read replica, these are databases only. Okay. So what you can do here, you can enable multi-AZ also. Assume that this is multi-AZ. To main database, you enable multi-AZ. If I lose your main database, all read replicas will be connected automatically to standby database. Right? Here also data is same. Right? Customer, they inject data here. That is how it goes. Read replica. Okay. See here, load bands, these are web servers. They inject data here only. That will be copied. Here I'm showing 4. You could have 5, you could have 1 more. While reading, yes, they can read from any of these things. Okay. So read replica allows you to have a read-only copy. Very, very important. Read only. They are meant to read only of your production database. They are read-only copies of your production. This is achieved by using asynchronous. That won't get copied immediately. It takes some time. From primary RDS instance to read replicas. Okay. You use read replicas primarily for read-heavy database workloads, read-intensive. If at all any read-intensive workloads are there, you use them. If there is no read-intensive, if there is no load, then you not use read replicas. If at all read-heavy load is there, then only use. Generally, YouTube, those guys they use. Use for scaling, not for disaster recovery. Scaling means we are increasing number of servers. Not disaster recovery, use multi-AZ. Multi-AZ. Disaster recovery means if you lose one, another one should be there. That's what multi-AZ is. Here, if you lose primary, others will not work. So this is not for disaster recovery. This is for scaling only. You are scaling number of servers to distribute read intensive load. But multi-AZ is for disaster recovery. If you lose primary, other one will be there. Correct? That's it. You can have up to maximum 5 read replicas. You can have read replicas of read replicas. See, this is read replica 1 took from main database. These read replica 2 took from another read replica. So you can have read replicas of read replicas. But make sure latency will be there. Because the data should come from here to here first. From then here to here. To reach the data here, obviously it takes a good amount of time. Each read replica will have its own DNS endpoint. Each one will have its own DNS name. So that, because all are working, right? So there won't be any conflict. Okay. Fine. This is the theory. Guys, we are discussing a lot of theory, right? Tomorrow when I show practicals, you will literally laugh. Because only one option. Multi-AZ, let me show you. Multi-AZ, right? Only you will get one option. Multi-AZ, enable or disable. Just if you click enable, that's it. Automatically another standby database will be created, data will be copied, everything will be done automatically. So theory is much, but practically is just one option, enable, disable. Read replica, just click on create read replica. Everything will be created, connection, everything will be connected automatically. Just one click. So practically is nothing. It's very easy. Okay, just one click, enable or disable that option. Okay, I'll tell you what we are going to do in tomorrow's class. In tomorrow's class, I'll create one web server. I'll create one database server. Then I'll connect. Okay. Then, I will try to inject some data. We'll try to inject some data in database server. Okay. We'll install MySQL and we'll inject the data. Then after that, I will explain these read replica, multi-AZ, backups, manual, automated, all options will show you. In next class, I'm going to launch, say, one more database server in the next class, web server. Then in a different manner, I'll inject some data and we'll run some queries. We'll create some tables. Tomorrow also I'll show you how to create the table and all. We'll create some tables. Then I'll show you how to run queries also. How web server can get the data back. Queries. Okay, that also I'm going to explain. Okay, then you'll get complete picture how these things work. Here, understand one thing. You are booking train ticket means you are injecting the data. You are taking the printout of that ticket after 2 days. That means you are running a query. That's what query. You want to take the printout. That's nothing but one query. That is so. Okay. So yeah, well, we will see all those things, in tomorrow and next class. We'll see one by one. Got it? Fine. Yeah, as I said, tomorrow we do have class. Tomorrow, Saturday. Sunday, we don't have class. Saturday will be there because I'm not fully fine yet. So let's have tomorrow's class because we got holidays right in this week. Okay, that compensation class will be there tomorrow. Yeah, please join the class tomorrow, same time. There won't be any change in the class time. Okay, same time. Please attend tomorrow, same time, same link. Yeah, I'll be sharing this PDF document. If you have any notes, you can ask me now. Before that, you understood today's class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, you're going to create multiple web servers and connect to a single database.
Yeah, whether it is multiple or single, concept is same. Just one or two options that I'm going to show you. That's not a big issue. Okay.
And one more thing, sir. This DNS name for load balance is there, no?
What?
Like this database also DNS endpoint is there. So it should be same or like what, sir?
Where if it is multi-AZ, then it should be same. If it is read replicas, then each read replica will have it's a different DNS. Okay.
I'm asking for that load balancer and
that is having it's a different DNS. Okay.
So it will recognize when we connect in the internet like this.
Yeah, that happens automatically through backend. I'll show you when I show practice, then you will understand. Got it? Yeah. Any more doubts from anyone? Any doubts? No doubts?
Sir, you are not audible actually at that time.
Now am I audible?
Yeah, now you are audible.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Any doubts from anyone? No doubts?
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, on VPC we are trained when we enable NACL on the subnet level. By default, we are getting like NACL. By default, we will get NACL, right?
Right.
For that, if you see, if we create another NACL, we have to explicitly we have to open the FM reports, right?
Right.
For default one, we cannot say FM reports. Why?
No need, because that's a default, right? That's how they design. Default means by default it's open all automatically. That's a default one.
Yeah, but when we see that when we open that default one, we cannot see. I think that
you can't see. You'll see that all traffic open to all ports. Correct. That's what you observe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is what default. The purpose that is how they designed. Default means they backend enable that all are open by default. That is how they designed. Okay.
Say one more thing. After creating NACL inbound and outbound, we will give the ports open, right? After that, I mean, when I'm entering into the Bastion and I have to enter to database server, right?
No, yeah.
I cannot access that database after, I mean, entering into the Bastion. It's taking too much time after that timeout like that comes.
Sure. So, okay. Let me give me some time. Let me verify. Okay.
Yeah.
Try once again. You just verify whether everything is correct or not from your side. Try once again.
Okay.
Then, if not, then do let me know once again. Then I'll verify. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you all. See you in tomorrow's class. Thank you.
Sai,
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, please.
just out of curiosity, when will be our project?
That is going to be at the end, after finishing all services.
Okay.
At the end of course. Okay.
Okay.
Climax will be climax will be always at the end of movie. Okay. Same.
Till how many days we have left with this course?
Yeah, actually, I don't count you. I know the day we started it, from that day, you count to 2 months, including weekends, excluding unexpected holidays, including weekends, excluding unexpected holidays. You count approximately take that much of time, but it might take some little bit more or less. That depends. I don't count these days. It's all about finishing the course content as per the schedule.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.